Oh, hello there. It's been a while since I talked about My Hero Academia, so with the new season dropping, we might as well take the time to talk about one of the most hyped up aspects of the new season, Star and Stripe, the #1 hero in America.
High on American spirit.
When she first dropped in the manga, people were fawning over her like she was their savior, mainly because Muscle Mommy. But all this hype begs the question, is she used well in the series?
No.
Star's a character who I want to like and appreciate, but the writing unfortunately failed her, which we'll get into right now.
So this is Star and Stripe, the most powerful woman in the world. But what is her power?
Oh, she's dead. I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's continue. So despite the orders given to them to stay behind, Star's riding up with her squad, ready to kick ass, like a true American patriot.
Fuck yeah! Side note, I love how in this universe it implies that Japan disbanded its army, but America's still fully armed. God bless America. Bashiki rolls up the challenge start to a fight, and they throw down.
Alright, Star's taking the lead in the fight early. Way to go, Star! You're about to save the world!
戸村信楽はここから少しでも動いたら心臓が止まる。髪が伸びた。
What the fuck? Why didn't you finish him? Your command states, if Shiki moves, he dies. It never said anything about him moving by his own command.
Just push him off as Nomu and finish him off.
Why did you just stand around and allow Shiki to launch a counterattack
When the whole point of you being there is to kill him.
It is of no concern.
but she doesn't think Shiki can launch a counterattack since he's basically paralyzed? Sure, Shiki's unable to move, but that doesn't mean he can't fight back. Did you guys forget what he did in the last season and how he nuked a city? And bear in mind, that was a month ago.
He has gotten way more powerful and probably picked up some new quirks, which could potentially help him get around this rule. Not to mention, does anyone know the saying, a cornered animal is almost as dangerous as a wounded animal? Putting someone in a corner will just push that person to do something incredibly desperate and dangerous.
And with Shiki, one of the most unstable people in the series, you should ask him before he does something.
Shiki doesn't know who he is, so the quirk won't work on him.
Okay, this counter's better. For context, Star's quirk works if she assigns a specific target in mind and says their name. However, since Shiki doesn't know who he is, the quirk won't work on him. So yes, this is a nitpick and nothing would change. I'm just highlighting this aspect because it's a preview of what's to come when it comes to Star fucking up.
Huh? Why would you ground him? Keeping him in the air is the best move.
We can assume he doesn't have a shield quirk since he hasn't used it in the fight. Therefore, keeping him in the sky would be ideal since he would have no cover for himself, which means the good guys can fire everything they got at him without any possible ways of Shiki to protect himself. If you ground him, Shiki could hide underground and shield himself from the attacks, and you wouldn't know where he is, leaving you open for counterattack. And again, do I need to bring up the potential of Shiki having a bullshit quirk that could help him in this situation?
Especially since this is better for him?
Take away every advantage he has and end this punk's life. That is your job, you moron!
Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe nothing bad's about to happen. Everything will be fine.
Oh, he did do all of that.
Good job.
And now Star is dead. Me and the heroes don't have that backup that they desperately needed.
Granted, it wasn't all for nothing. She did weaken Shigaraki and All For One by destroying a large chunk of their quirks and send them back by a week.
And they don't have New World Order to use. But bro, I think she would have been more useful if she could cook with the rest of the gang. But the big question is she worse than Best Jeanist?
No.
Yes, I know I spent all this time criticizing her moves and what she did, but compared to Genius or Hawks, she's as complex and well written as a Lord of the Rings character. At least every move from her wasn't a complete fuck up.
And she got one good move in before she died, which will be way higher than these two dipshits will ever be. And at the very fucking least, she didn't get thousands of people killed due to her dumbass plan.
So congrats, Star fans, your character isn't the worst.
But Star's flaws aren't just limited to her character writing. The way the story implemented her as well is something that leaves a lot to be desired.
Now yes, Star and Stripe is a dumbass. She could have won the fight and saved us from reading the rest of the story, but I think the bigger issue here is that Star is just a highly unutilized character. I mean, we all knew she wasn't sticking around when we learned about her quirk. She's way too overpowered to have stakes since, you know, if she fought alongside Midoriya, Shigi and All For One would be fucked. Automatically, that could make the audience not care for her, since why would they care about a new character that they know is about to die? And she's not given any time for exciting interactions. I would have loved to see her interact with Midoriya and All Might. It would have been a cool dynamic to see Star meeting her hero again and his sidekick, perhaps a battle of ideals between Midoriya and Star, with Midoriya still committed to save Shiki while Star wants to put him in the ground. Or All Might reflecting on his legacy with Star and tells her how proud of her he is. Or even just the students seeing Star and being like, wow, she's so cool! But while Hori mucked up Star's potential, he also damaged the world building a bit. For context, they mentioned that Star had doubts about her ability to be a hero because she's a woman. Now here's the thing, I don't mind this world building in theory. Remember, in the earlier seasons, it stated that technology hasn't advanced much in 200 years, since the discovery of quirks threw everything off, and caused a lot of chaos for a long time. I could see that social values haven't evolved much during that time, since the aforementioned reasoning.
Hold it!
Why was this never brought up? Why was it never set up? The closest we get is me acting like a pervert to the ladies.
But A, it's treated less as a problem and more of a running joke. And B, everyone, including the guys, bashed me for being a pervert. And yes, I know in the tournament arc, the crowd watching Bakugo beating the shit out of Uraraka saw it as a mean bully being a helpless girl, but that was just one time, and their tunes quickly changed after Eraser dropped some facts on them. Aside from that one instance, there is nothing to suggest sexism is a problem in the universe. For comparison, quirk racism is shown several times throughout the series, with world building and comments from the characters, with particular regard to Spinner, who became a villain because everyone was addicted to him because of his mutant quirk.
But that's just Japan. America is different. Okay, you still need to world build and explain the actual differences. You can't just drop sexism casually in your story and move on to the next plot thread.
That is not a true examination of sexism in society. This is McFeminism. It's not used to say something meaningful. It's just used to dress up your story to make it look meaningful.
But it's just the most bare minimum shit possible.
Do better.
Plus, I find it funny that the character who strives to prove the sexist thoughts about her wrong, then she absolutely gets destroyed by a man in her only battle of the series. But Star weakened Shiki and All For One, so it wasn't for nothing. Yeah, you know what would have been better? Actually have her fight competently and beat the shit out of Shiki. You know, that would have made her character actually worth something. But Arcwinder and Midoriya needs to fight Shiki. Well, maybe Hori should have made her an OP as fuck character that destroys the stakes if she was in the final battle. And maybe don't have her lose the most dumbass way possible because Hori realized she can't actually function in the story he wants to tell. In the end, Star Stripe is a waste of a character and potential. She could have been a really great character if she stuck around a lot longer than in the actual story.
But whose potential was ripped away from her when they tried to do too much with her in too little time. It made it painfully clear she was going to die because she's way too overpowered to be in the final battle, since it would be an instant win for the heroes.
All we have is an overpowered, underdeveloped plot device whose only saving grace is that she isn't the dumbest character in the series. Regardless of how disappointing this arc is, it's nowhere near the worst.
Fuck.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed my video, I have a few other videos on my channel that you might enjoy. Like my review of the first MHA War arc, where I go into detail about why it was really bad. Or on the flip side, if you want me to talk about something I actually like about the series, I recommend you watch my Crush video. That's all I have to say. Thank you all for watching, and have yourself a good day.